Have you ever heard of someone dedicating their entire life to helping others, expecting nothing in return? Meet Margaret Evans, an 87-year-old woman whose kindness has changed the lives of hundreds of orphans. But why did she choose this path? What event in her life led her to make such an extraordinary decision? Her story is not just about generosity, it's about sacrifice, resilience, and unconditional love. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why her journey is bringing millions of people to tears. Stay until the end to discover the most touching part of her story. It will change the way you see life. Margaret Evans wasn't born into wealth or privilege. In fact, her life was filled with hardship from a young age. Growing up in a small town, she lost her parents early and had to fend for herself. She knew what it felt like to be alone, to struggle without a guiding hand. Despite these challenges, Margaret built a modest life. She worked as a teacher for decades, always believing in the power of education and kindness. But everything changed on one fateful day, the day she met a homeless child searching for food in the trash. That moment shattered her heart. She couldn't just walk away. Instead, she took the child in, gave him a warm meal, and listened to his story. It was then that she made a life-altering decision. No child should ever feel abandoned. If I can help even one, I must try. That day, Margaret's mission was born. But she had no idea that this one act of kindness would soon grow into something much bigger. From the moment Margaret took in that first orphan, she never stopped. Over the past 40 years, she has helped over 300 children, giving them food, shelter, education, and most importantly, love. But this journey hasn't been easy. Every day, Margaret faces immense challenges. Financial struggles. With no steady funding, she often sacrifices her own needs to ensure the children have enough to eat. She relies on small donations and her own savings to keep going. Physical hardships. At 87 years old, she still wakes up before dawn to prepare meals, care for the youngest children, and make sure everyone is safe and well. Emotional burden. Many of these children arrive traumatized, abandoned, or abused. Margaret becomes their mother, their protector, their source of hope. Despite all these struggles, she never gives up. To her, these children aren't just orphans. They are her family. People ask me why I do this at my age. My answer is simple. Every child deserves love. If I can give them that, even for a short time, my life has meaning. But how does she keep going despite all these obstacles? The answer will amaze you. Caring for over 300 children over the years has never been easy, and Margaret Evans has faced more hardships than most could imagine. But despite her age, financial struggles, and physical exhaustion, she has never given up. The endless battle with finances. Without government support or a steady source of funding, Margaret relies on small donations from kind-hearted strangers. But there were many times when she didn't know where the next meal would come from. She has had to make heartbreaking sacrifices, often skipping meals herself to ensure the children had enough to eat. She once even sold her own wedding ring just to buy medicine for a sick child. Even with these struggles, she never lets the children feel the burden. To them, she is their loving grandmother, always making sure they have a warm meal, a safe place to sleep, and a shoulder to lean on. A home built on love, not luxury. Margaret's orphanage isn't a grand facility with fancy rooms. It's a small, humble home where children share beds, wear second-hand clothes, and help each other like real siblings. Despite its simplicity, this home is filled with laughter, warmth, and love. Every child here has found something they never had before, a family. How she finds strength at 87. Many wonder, how does an elderly woman continue this work despite her age? The truth is, her love for these children fuels her strength. Even when she wakes up sore and tired, she refuses to slow down. Every morning she cooks breakfast, helps with schoolwork, and tends to each child as if they were her own. I may not have much money, but I have something greater, love. And as long as I can still move, I will care for these children. Her faith, determination, and the smiles of the children give her the strength to keep going. But the most incredible part? Her kindness has created a ripple effect, changing lives in ways she never expected. Over the past 40 years, Margaret's kindness has transformed the lives of hundreds of children. Many of them arrived at her doorstep frightened, hungry, and alone. But through her love and care, they found hope and a future. the transformation in these children's lives. Many of the children she raised have gone on to build successful careers, becoming doctors, teachers, and social workers. Some have even returned to help her run the orphanage, ensuring that Margaret's mission continues. One of them, Daniel, was abandoned as a baby. He grew up under Margaret's care and is now a lawyer who fights for the rights of abandoned children. Without her, I wouldn't be alive today. She didn't just give me food and shelter. She gave me love, a family, and a reason to believe in myself. How her kindness inspires others. Margaret's story has touched the hearts of thousands of people around the world. Volunteers from different countries have come to her orphanage to help, donate, and learn from her incredible dedication. Her impact goes beyond the children she has raised. It has inspired a global movement of kindness and selflessness. But what is the most important lesson we can learn from her? The answer will change how you see life. Margaret Evans's story teaches us that one person's kindness can change the world. She didn't have wealth, power, or fame, but with love, determination, and a selfless heart, she created a legacy that will last for generations. Her message is simple. You don't need a lot to make a difference. You just need to care. If an 87-year-old woman can change hundreds of lives, imagine what we can all do together. This is more than just a story. It's a call to action. Whether it's helping someone in need, supporting a local shelter, or simply spreading kindness in our daily lives, we all have the power to make the world a better place. Now, we want to hear from you. What's one act of kindness that has changed your life? Share your thoughts in the comments.